Hello and welcome to a Short of Vodcast, a series dedicated to open conversations about topics that concern burning issues we see around us.
We will post weekly podcasts and talk about each topic for 2 weeks straight. And you can also catch memes, posts, and other supporting content related to these topics on our social media platforms.
Yes, guys, links in the description. Please go follow us on Instagram and go like us on Facebook for regular updates.
Today we're talking about rape culture, and by that we mean a culture in which all kinds of sexual violence is pervasive and normalized due to societal attitudes about gender and sexuality. And the other reason we are going to talk about this is because of the most recent case of rape threats delivered on various social media platforms to a 5-year-old Ziva Dhoni over a cricket match. Chennai Super Kings seemingly lost because of her father, MS Dhoni.
We will talk about who these trolls are, what the possible motivation behind such heinous behavior could be, how seriously are rape threats really handled in India, how the media views such cases of rape threats, and what the best steps would be to encourage a healthier and safer society.
So, who are these people exactly that have issued the rape threats online? Well, a 16-year-old boy was arrested just a couple of days after he posted the comment in Kutch, Gujarat, and was handed over to Ranchi police for further investigation. Let's take a look at his comments. Just absolutely disgusting. कोई regular troll होता है तो is it really okay to issue rape threats?
Notice one thing, these accounts can't be created by Dhoni fans. One of them literally says troll MS Dhoni and the other has literally got nothing to do with Dhoni. Okay, so who are these people exactly? They seem to be trolls, okay, on the internet that just need a reason to spread hate against Dhoni or other similar personalities.
They thrive on making hateful comments on the internet behind the safety of their phone screens. So, as opposed to the popular thinking that this was done by people that were actually upset with Dhoni's performance, these people are actually just haters.
Yeah, true. So, why are they making such comments this casually and using rape threats as a means to express their anger?
According to the American psychologist Nicholas Groth, there are 3 types of rapists when classified by the objective of their crime. Power rapists, the one that fantasize about the act of forced sexual encounters. Anger rapists, the one that commit the crime aiming to hurt or debase the victim or the victim's family. And sadistic rapists, the one that simply enjoy aggression and infliction of pain upon their victims.
The need for dominance, hatred, or sadism are 3 major aims a rapist would have. And in this case, it may be a combination of anger rape and sadistic rape tendencies that have led to such threats.
Or maybe it was just a casual statement that our society just doesn't understand the gravity of. Do we really take rape threats seriously?
I mean, sure, after the rape threats were issued, Dhoni's Ranchi farmhouse got the necessary security measures from the local police authorities. But would this have been the case if it was just another common man? Is this something a common man can avail of?
In India, a woman is raped every 16 minutes. Only makes one wonder how many uncalled sexual advances are made every day, every hour, every minute. Eve teasing, name calling, stalking, unsolicited voyeurism, display of graphic images or rape threats in a comment section, like in this case. And it isn't just law abiders that have normalized this. In a recent survey conducted by Yahoo after rape threats were issued to Agrima Joshua by an influencer in a video, 64% of all takers felt that rape threats were not treated as serious offenses by lawkeepers too.
And this has become so ingrained in our culture that after Shaheen Bhatt, Alia Bhatt, and other women from the Bhatt family received such similar rape threats on social media, they raised their voices against this whole thing loud and clear by publicizing the screenshots of those comments and the people that made them. And a few weeks later, just a few weeks later, a 5-year-old girl faces the same ordeal just because someone wanted to make light of how her father performed poorly in a cricket match. How ridiculous are we as a society?
Let's see how the media is reacting to such rape threats. In a video by Shwetabh Gangwar, who runs 2 channels by the name of Shwetabh Gangwar and Men Sutra, both of which have crossed 1 million subscribers, he talks about the rape threats against Agrima Joshua as a product of influencers wanting to gain attention by creating shock value. And while that may be true, why aren't we addressing the rape threats, and how degrading it is to actually make them? The impact of a rape threat on the mind of a woman is far too long lasting for someone to call a rape threat a reaction grabbing gimmick.
We cannot, and I repeat, cannot casually pass it off as that and try to justify such comments by saying they're a product of lack of content. 2-point-something million subscribers watching a channel need to be told it is uncool to use the word rape willy-nilly regardless of the context.
Let's also watch a clip of CNN News 18 talking about what happened with Ziva.
These threats appeared on Mr. Dhoni and his wife Sakshi's Instagram accounts. Absolutely shameful. We don't know what sort of morally bankrupt place social media has become.
Okay, listen, hold on. Can we seriously address the fact that this isn't just about social media? It isn't about social media, it's about the people on social media. Also, it isn't a problem that has stemmed from social media because the rape culture has been prevalent since forever. Alright, it is because of social media that you're now explicitly exposed to the fact that such vile creatures exist all around us in such close proximity, thus giving us an opportunity to talk about it like we're doing now and rectify it. It is the mentality of us as a people that has resulted in such casual threats and criminal behavior becoming a culture. Sex offenders act out of negative volition and still not think that they're doing anything wrong. Isn't that funny? We have all consciously or unconsciously normalized this sickness. The real culprits, ladies and gentlemen, are people, not technology. People that misuse this technology and take our society for granted.
There are laws in place to help each and every one of you that has been or are being stalked, name called, eve teased, or receiving any untoward sexual advances online or offline. The Information Technology Act deals with conflicts related to a person's privacy, transmitting obscene material, sharing of sexually explicit material, and creation and publication of sexually explicit material involving children. The IPC has provisions to penalize sexually colored remarks, stalking, voyeurism, and insulting the modesty and privacy of a woman. There are provisions in the Protection of Children and Sexual Offences Act to prevent sexual harassment of a child as well as the use of children for pornographic purposes.
So today we have 3 main messages to everyone watching.
To the victims of these unsolicited sexual advances, please remember that you have the right to make these complaints and be protected by the law from such filth. We urge you to be intolerant towards such behavior and not let it slide at all, no matter how casual it may seem. In doing so, you will be attacking the problem at its very root.
To us as a society, please don't just be silent bystanders. We need to firmly correct people, no matter how close they are to us, about being mindful of their thought processes every time we see, hear, or otherwise encounter inappropriate behavior patterns. We need to be loud and clear about our anti-rape culture message so that we become a part of the reformation of society and not the ignorance that has so far created this societal monster in the first place.
And finally, to the perpetrators, please stop. This isn't a word you can throw around. It isn't a sword you can dangle on someone's head. It isn't something that you can take for granted. No, it is not cool. Don't make excuses for your actions or words. No reason is good enough to threaten someone with a sexual assault.
And on that note, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope we made sense to you and appealed to the better logic in all of us.
Thank you so much. In our next video, we shall tackle how influential people have made comments on the rape culture and how we really need to fix this problem of media influencing our views on rape. Once again, thank you for watching.